Alright, this is part 3 of the Forest Temple. This room is a little bit more, not really challenging. I mean, it changes the view of it, and you have to kind of be careful. Make sure you only stop on the right spots. But what you want to do is you want to go through and pretty much make your way through this little room. You got arrows, which you're going to need. Going through this door, and this is the room with the final Poe. Go ahead and shoot her painting. Now, unfortunately for hers, we have to figure out a little puzzle. I'm going to go ahead and pull this block out of the way. You basically want to make all 4 of the blocks, well, 4 out of the 5 blocks, look like her. Which, you know, it's pretty easy to tell. They all land in the correct spot. You just have to put them together. So, you know, it's pretty easy puzzle if you ask me. So, I think I pushed that one too far. Nope, wasn't too bad. And you get like 30 seconds, so you get plenty of time. But if you don't, I think if you're starting to run out of time, if you leave the room, it'll reset. So, you shouldn't have any problem with it though. I can't remember what happens if you fail. So, but once you get that, you want to target her and basically treat her just like you treated her sisters. You know, kill her the same way. Well, there's 2. Now this is the 3rd out of the 4 Poes, and the last one is a little more difficult than her 3 sisters. She has the ability to make 4 copies of herself, and that can be kind of, confusing unless you know the secret, which I'm going to teach you. Well, now that she's defeated, her torch will be lit, and we're going to head inside this last door. Go ahead and kill this guy. Walk past. As you can see, there she is, sitting on the elevator. And when she splits into 4 copies, pay attention, and the one that spins around is her. That's pretty much all you have to do for this battle. You just wait for her to appear, pay attention to which one that spins, target her, and hit her with your hook shot. You can't swing at them because they'll move out of the way, but it's literally that easy. She's the easiest of the 3, but if you're not paying attention, it makes it difficult. And there you go. And that's the final Poe. And now the elevator is to our use. So we're going to head down, and this will take us to the basement. Now here we have to move the wall a little bit, and I find it easiest to move it counterclockwise. So start over here and push it forward. And every time you push it forward, we'll check each little doorway. Start here, there's nothing. Now over here, there's a switch. Okay, so we're going to push the wall again. As you can see, there's a treasure chest, and you can hear a Skulltulla. There's not really much in the treasure chest. I think there's arrows, which we're going to need for the boss battle, but other than that, there's really no purpose. We're going to hit this other switch, and that's going to open the other gate, allowing us to get inside the boss door. We'll push it again. I think you have to push it 4 times in total, so... I think this is where the Skulltulla is going to be. Yeah, there he is. Both that and the chest are in here, so go ahead and nab him. That's number 53. I'm going to make sure that that's where I'm at on my guide. Yeah, number 53. And then we'll open up this chest. And it's arrows, so if you didn't have arrows, you do now. And then we're going to go ahead and push the wall one more time, maybe. And you'll step on this switch, and that'll open up the switch that gets us into the boss door. Alright, we are now ready to take on Phantom Ganon. Okay, so when we're in here, pretty much walk in, and then turn around and try to walk out, and the spikes will come up, preventing you from escaping. Now this guy has two forms. He's got the form where he's riding his horse, and then he's got the other floating form. Alright, so what you're going to do here is I would pick a spot that's not on one of the corners and stay there the whole time. So like right here is a perfect spot. Then get your bow out and check the paintings. When you see the horse, if he turns around, that's not going to be where he is. Sometimes you can be quick and you can catch him, but usually the horse is going to do one of two things. He's going to either turn white or he's going to run away. If it turns white, hit the horse. Just like that. This part's really easy. I used to stand in the middle and you'd have to move every time, but I've recently learned that if you stay right there, that works better. Alright, so we've hit him once. I should have just stayed right there. It's alright. Usually I go with the first one I see just because, you know, I know where that one is and I don't have to worry about him if he decides to move. And then if you... Sometimes you'll get lucky and they'll be in paintings right next to each other. Very rarely happens though. Well, here we go. See, sometimes it's like that. So, you know, sometimes you get lucky. You just figure out what strategy works best for you. So. Alright, once you've hit his horse 3 times, then you get to play pretty much tennis with him. Use your sword to keep hitting his little balls of energy right back at him. I don't really want to be right underneath him when he does that. But basically you want to repeatedly hit them back at him and don't let him do that to you. But sometimes that happens, unfortunately. What the hell? Usually I'm pretty good at this part. He's too close to me, that's what the problem is. Here we go. This is a perfect spot, right here. And he moves out of the way. He's supposed to just hit it back to you until it's going fast enough, right there. Once that happens, attack him as many times as you can with your sword. Usually you only get like 1 or 2 shots, so I just double attack just to be on the safe side. And it's going to get faster and faster every time that he hits it or you hit it, so you want to try to work on your timing and time it perfectly. So And if you are too late, sometimes the ball will disappear. Sometimes it'll hit you. Now you'll have to do this again later in the game against Ganondorf. So kind of remember the mechanics of this. It's a little bit more difficult because you don't get to Z-target him because there's so much darkness around him. Your fairy can't get close. That is the longest game of tennis I ever played with this guy. Alright. Hit him again. I got three attacks that time. That was quick. Sometimes you can get him pretty quick. If he ever does that, get out of the way because you cannot avoid that attack, or you can't redirect that attack. You can avoid it, but you can't redirect it. And that one hits for a lot of damage. Oh, speaking of getting hit for a lot of damage. Alright, now that we've beat him, finally, he's going to, the real Ganon is going to talk to you. And Ganon is basically the mega form of Ganondorf, in case you guys haven't figured that out yet. Of course, he's going to banish his phantom to the gap between dimensions, which apparently exists. I don't know, it's kind of complex stuff, if you ask me. Alright, so from here, we're going to grab this heart container. And we now have 11 hearts. How awesome is that? Step through the portal and trigger the little cutscene. And I'm at 12.5 minutes, so hopefully I can get this cutscene in within that time period. So we're back in the Chamber of Sages, where we met Rauru earlier. And we now get to talk to... Oh, hey look, it's Saria. She is the sage of the Forest Temple. And then she's going to give you a little bit of, she's going to talk to you and all that. You can read it if you want. I'm just going to skip it because I'm short on time. But then she's going to give you the Forest Medallion. And so now you have 2 out of the 6. And we have 4 more to go. Hey, at least we have had a friend forever, so that's good. I think that means Saria just friend-zoned us. Well, anyways, we're back in front of the Deku Tree, and after a Deku Tree dies, another Deku Tree obviously has to take his place. Well, this is the new one. Hopefully he'll pop up. Well, that was crazy. But yes, this is the new Deku Tree. He will grow and replace the old one. Of course, the Deku Tree apparently lasts for quite a while. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now because another cutscene is going to come out. So we're going to continue that from there.